When people see free skates out in the wild, they tend to jump to a lot of conclusions within like 0.2 seconds.
That's not entirely accurate.
What? Which part?
Today, we're gonna be debunking 5 myths about free skating. When people first see free skates, they're just like, what the hell is this? And I would fall over and break every bone in my body. That's very wrong because you're not strapped into these things. On rollerblades and roller skates, you're strapped in, so you're gonna be going down, hitting the ground a lot more frequently. Secondly, they're like, my ankles would explode. A sport that actually causes a lot of ankle injuries is snowboarding. Your feet are strapped in, actually bound to the board, and where the board goes, your ankle goes. With free skates, all of a sudden you're standing. Now that's not to say that free skates are safe or anything. I mean, obviously when you're choosing to ride a wheeled device somewhere, you're accepting a little bit of risk. You know, you could just walk somewhere, but who wants to walk? What I think what's happening here is that people have seen more rollerbladers and roller skaters riding around, and they've never seen free skates before, so they just assume
that's suspicious.
The reason why there's less free skaters is because it must be super dangerous or super impossible to do, which leads me to point number 2, which is it's super impossible to learn how to ride. When in reality, if you actually were to sit down and watch our YouTube series and tutorials and kind of go step by step, they're very doable. Every sport that you're gonna learn has a period where you're basically a baby deer, and the same happens with free skaters. Once you learn to stand up and kind of get more comfortable in the position, you start progressing. Myth number 3, oh, I don't know how to skateboard, or oh, I don't know how to rollerblade, so I can't try those. False. Obviously it helps sometimes, and sometimes it hurts. Like if you're a skateboarder and you've only ever skateboarded, you might have more difficulty than someone who's picking it up right off the bat with learning to not lean your skate, but to rotate it in order to turn. It's just gonna be more ingrained into your brain. You're gonna have to kind of unlearn that thing. No prior skating experience required. Evidence is our boy, Gabe, behind the camera. He actually learned free skates before learning how to skateboard. I don't even know if he does know how to skateboard. He doesn't, okay. He learned free skates first. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible.
It's entirely possible.
I actually think that learning free skates is very helpful for learning other things. So if you were to learn free skates first, you would be better at learning, say, roller skates or rollerblades. Myth number 4. So people tend to assume because in a lot of our videos, we're kind of just doing tricks on flat ground or kind of going in circles in one spot, that free skates are not an actual practical method of transportation, when that is totally untrue. Actually, both myself and Gabe discovered free skates because at our college, there was a decent number of people who rode free skates to and from class. College campuses are one of the best places to be a free skater because you're carrying a backpack around everywhere. Campuses tend to have nice, smooth concrete, things like that. But that's not to say that you can't ride on rough concrete. We've actually made 2 videos about this. We made one about free skates being a practical form of transportation and another about riding free skates on all terrain. You can check both of those videos out by clicking on the little thing here, or they'll be down in the description. To summarize those videos, the big longboard wheels of free skates and the fact that they're not connected really help with getting over rough terrain and also not totally eating it if you happen to lose one of 2 skates. Myth number 5 is that you can't do very many tricks on these. I feel like this tends to come from either roller skaters, bladers, skateboarders when they first see free skates. But we tend to debunk that almost immediately if they see us riding around because all you gotta do is do a throwback and then they think, what? They stepped off the skate and then back on, and also it came back to them, and how? And then the gravity of the whole situation sort of hits them like a ton of bricks. It's pretty much limitless. And the sport is still young, just like skateboarding, how the sport kind of progressed and had new styles of tricks grow as the sport changed and as the community grew. Same thing is gonna happen with free skating. Another thing that we didn't really cover in this is that people tend to look at the motion of free skates and they go, that looks like a ripstick with no stick, when really it's not. So we made a whole video about that. Check it out here. It's about free skates versus ripsticks. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more videos in the future, and roll with us.